And y'all is all egging this on. So I look at Akademiks and Dave Free the same. Akademiks, you got probably the biggest platform out of all this. You was the main media guy in this beef. Akademiks is mentioned on 2 of these diss records between Drake and Kendrick. He's at the end of push-ups.
What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick?
Who's top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick? And then Kendrick name drops you.
Somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act.
So you got the biggest platform and you were spinning narratives. So like, don't be like, yo, why is TDE, why is PGLang approaching me? I don't get it. It ain't personal to me. A couple months ago, you was making like molestation jokes about Kendrick in a song that Kendrick made about his mom. And you're making like, so yeah, someone's gonna end up approaching you like, yo, are you just doing content or do you have an actual issue? Yeah, someone's gonna approach you like that when you're making jokes like this. And then I look at Dave Free, like, y'all talking about people who are unrelated getting involved and how it's spilling over. You're mad because it's affecting you. Dave Free is name dropped in these records and it's probably affecting people close to him. But y'all is still performing the diss records. You on tour performing diss records that don't need to be performed. You're on the Grand National Tour, AKA the GNX Tour. None of the diss records are on the GNX album. You don't have to perform these, but y'all are continuing to egg it on too. All right, so I recently done a video about Akademiks' recent stream where he got confronted by TDE/PGLang affiliates while he attended Kendrick Lamar's show. Obviously, the GNX Tour is stopping in Toronto today. I was mostly just reporting on what Akademiks said and relaying that to you guys, but you guys wanted to hear my actual opinion on the thoughts. So sure, I'll give you my actual opinion. I was just trying to make the video and just report to y'all what's happening, but y'all want my opinion. So fine. So number one, in the video, I think Akademiks kind of either absolves himself or does not mention his role in this whole fanfare. Hey y'all, I am a one-man show. I record, edit the video myself, create the thumbnail, everything. So hitting like and subscribe does help a bunch. Thanks so much. Back to the video. See, Akademiks and Dave Free, according to Ak, again, all we have is Akademiks' relay of the conversation. No one else has spoke on this except Akademiks. There's allegedly a recording, but all we have is Akademiks' word. So according to Akademiks, he and Dave Free agreed that the fans have gone too far. Dave Free is saying that people who are unrelated to the beef are now being brought in. It's affecting people's personal lives, women, other people who are non-related to the actual beef, right?
That is ultimately hurtful. Narratives, criticisms about people who aren't necessarily public figure. They mentioned criticisms about certain women. Definitely affects them.
And I agree. I agree that the beef, like the fans have gone too far. I said in my video, I can't speak on the OVO fan base. I am not in the OVO fan base. I've always been in the Kendrick Lamar fan base, so that's what I see. Very few OVO things on my timeline at all. I said from my point of view, I can see on the Kendrick side, our fan base has changed for the worse. Like the conversations that are had amongst the Kendrick Lamar community, they are just frankly stupid conversations. They are low IQ conversations, and it's just a bunch of idiocy in the Kendrick Lamar fan base, which is a first. I've never seen this. You know, I've never seen a fan base this bad. And I've been saying this for over a year now. I got a video from a year ago where I said this, when I first noticed it, right? But I think Akademiks kind of absolves himself from this whole fanfare and how things have gone too far. Like no, Akademiks, you are a part of like the narrative spinning. You're a part of the reason why there's so much division. I'm not saying he's the reason, but he's a part of that. And he played a role in that. He participated in that. Like Ak, you don't remember a couple months ago, you were making like molestation jokes about Kendrick Lamar's Mother I Sober song.
My boy said he got fingered and he started rapping. I like that. Kendrick's story is, yo, that nigga fingered my butt. I ain't know how to tell nobody, so the only time I could really talk about it is when the beat was popping and I had a rap in my mind. That's lit. I like that.
You don't remember when you're kind of chastising Kendrick for that? You're making like these booty jokes and like these molestation jokes, which are obviously not true because that's not what was said in that song you were referencing. You don't remember like doing stuff like that?
Frozen moments still holding on to it. I had to trust myself. I started rhyming. Oh, okay. So he started rhyming because his homie fingered him. Okay, that's good.
This is gross. Here's my video on it. Like, Ak, you don't remember listening to that Watch the Party Die song? Trying to construe that into a Drake diss or something like that when the song really had very little to do with Drake?
I just think it's a misstep. It just makes no sense for Kendrick Lamar to drop a record like this that seemingly is trying to keep up the battle especially after you said no round 2.
He's looking at this song in the context of continuing the battle versus Drake, which is not the case because this record is not a diss record towards Drake. You don't remember like kind of spinning that narrative? Again, I've reported on Akademiks and some of the narrative spinning that he's done a couple times. I know y'all think I don't go far enough on Akademiks. Like y'all want me to be like, oh, he's a like I know y'all want me to do that whole song and dance, but that's just not who I don't do that to anybody. It's just very rare for me to do something like this, especially on the internet, to like go and attack someone that way. If you guys want to watch a channel where someone just does these hit pieces and go slander everybody and just talk shit about everybody and that's their thing, you can go watch these other channels. Go watch Deleted Villain. This is what this nigga does. This is not what I do. So I know some of y'all think I don't go far enough, even though I critique what he says, even though I provide criticism, and I've done it in the past on what he said. I know, but I also give him props at times, but then I also critique him at times. I know y'all think I don't go far enough. I'm very cognizant of that. Y'all want me to cuss this dude out and just go the extra mile. That's just not how I am, especially when I don't know the guy. Now, if I know you and you've done something foul and I witnessed it, then yeah, I don't even know if I'll put that on the internet. I might just go straight to you. Yeah, anyway, I'm aware of that. But also, I want to critique Dave Free really quick, right? Dave Free, you're allegedly, and again, this is just according to Act. Dave Free could be like, yo, I never said that. Here's the recording. But according to what Act says, yo, Dave Free is saying, yo, this is going too far. The beef is going too far. The fans. Akademiks is blaming the fans. Dave Free is blaming the fans. I blame the fans. Y'all know on my channel, I've been saying for months and months now, yo, Kendrick and Drake need to piece this up. The hip hop thing for them to do is to piece this up. I think they should apologize for the good of hip hop. They owe hip hop. They owe us the community and they owe hip hop. Because it's not going to be Kendrick or Drake who pop at each other. It's going to be someone on the sidelines who's trying to make a name for themselves. They don't got to be best friends, but it's going to calm the fans down and it's going to calm the actual shooters on their team down to where there's not as much animosity anymore. So everyone's blaming the fans, including me. Act, Dave Free, but I look at Dave Free like, yo, Dave Free, you're talking about how this is spilling too far into people's lives who's not related. Yo, your man's Kendrick is on tour right now, performing the diss records. Of course, this is still dragging on. Like, you can blame the fans for like doing the extras, but y'all are also complicit in dragging this on. Your man's Kendrick is on the Grand National Tour performing the diss records. Mind you, these diss records, Euphoria, Not Like Us, and all this, those records are not even on the album that Kendrick is touring on. He's just performing them. Just to be like, yeah, fuck this guy. So y'all are complicit too, like PGLang and all this, y'all are complicit in this too. Your man's is on tour with SZA, performing, touring on an album, which is fine. You tour on your album, performing diss records that are unrelated to the album. They're not Like Us is not on GNX. Euphoria is not on GNX. Meet the Grams is not on GNX. So y'all are a part of the reason why this is continuing to drag out with the fans that you're blaming. And again, I don't know if Dave Free actually said this. This is from Akademiks, according to Akademiks. But just hypothetically, Dave Free, you don't think if y'all would have stopped performing the diss records at the pop-out show, like you do the pop-out, boom, and that's it? And then you go on your GNX tour and you perform like the Grand National songs, you don't perform the disses. You don't think a lot of this would have quelled down by now if y'all didn't go in the Super Bowl? Like, y'all went to the Super Bowl and performed the diss records. Like, and I was happy to see it. But I'm saying you can't be like, yo, the fans, when you are egging this on for the fans. Y'all niggas is on tour performing the diss records. Of course the fans is still going at it. Now, if y'all, like I said, if y'all would have stopped at the pop out and been like, boom, that's it, we done. Drake, I hope you learned your lesson, or we gonna come back and spin it on you again. If it would have stopped there at the pop out, y'all don't think a lot of this would have been old news by now? It's old news now, but you don't think it would have kind of died down by now? I think it would be a lot more chill than what it is right now. But instead, you got Kendrick on tour performing these diss records, going to the Dude City, performing the diss records that are not related to the album. And yeah, so we got fans like this. Prince Angelius. Shout out to Prince Angelius. I'm not trying to come at you. I just saw this on my timeline, and this is part of the thing I hate. So this is a part of the whole fan, y'all doing too much. Drake did, Prince and Julius said, yo, Drake did all the bitching. Now Dot coming to your city. And Drake ain't gonna do shit. But hop on stream with COD. Okay, so Prince and Julius, like what would be the tough guy thing for you to do, right? You're positioning this like, yo, Drake is a punk because Kendrick coming to your city and Drake ain't gonna do nothing. So what would be the tough guy thing for Drake to do, in your opinion, Prince and Julius? Okay, Kendrick comes to Toronto and they kill Kendrick. Then what you gonna say? Then what you gonna say? Oh, are you gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, Drake still on business. Drake still on business. Where am I?
I don't feel like you standing on
Drake still on business. So Kendrick gets killed, and then Drake go ahead and is eventually going to get killed at some point in California, LA. Is that what you like? What is the point of even saying something like this? So I said, yo, if one of them, if Kendrick or Drake actually ends up getting killed, y'all gonna be singing a different tune, and this is facts.
Facts.
If Kendrick or Drake actually, this is what I responded to him. If one of them actually getting killed, y'all gonna be singing a different tune. It ain't gonna be like, oh, Drake is bitching, Dot coming to your city, you ain't gonna do nothing. No, y'all gonna be singing a different tune. Then y'all gonna be like, oh, well, the black man, the violence in the black community and self-destruction. We're living in self-destruction. Leave your guns and the drugs and the knives at home. MC Lights on the microphone. Shut the f up. Shut the f up. Shut the f up. So yeah, that's kind of my whole thoughts on that video that I did. Again, I did this video, I was just reporting on what Axe said. I didn't really feel a need to put my own 2 cents in there because it's just a speculative conversation based on what Axe says. We don't even know if this actually happened. Now, I don't think Axe is lying about it happening, but it's not like we have 2 sides for me to even dig into the facts. So it will just be me commenting on speculation, but y'all wanted to hear my actual opinions on this. Yeah, I think Akademiks and Dave Free, they're both conveniently leaving themselves out of the issue, which is, yo, and the issue is, yo, this beef is going too far. People are getting involved that don't need to be involved, and it's dragging on. But I look at Akademiks like, bro, you're a reason why this is dragging on. And I've reported on this, the things Ak has said, I've reported on this. And I look at Dave Free like, bro, y'all is on tour, but still performing the diss records. Y'all is at the Super Bowl, still performing the diss records. Of course, this is still dragging on. Every time y'all pop out and perform this stuff, it's new conversation around it. Kendrick Lamar's GNX Tour stops in Toronto tonight and tomorrow. And you got guys like Prince and Julius. Shout out to Prince and Julius. I'm not trying to come at you, but you got guys like Prince and Julius who is like, yo, Drake is these are punk. He coming to your city, you ain't gonna do nothing. But then if something actually happen, y'all gonna be on this whole Kumo D, self-destruction, you know, KRS-One and all this. Like, come on, man. Then y'all gonna be talking about the black violence in the black community and how hip hop is toxic. And y'all is all egging this on. So I look at Akademiks and Dave Free the same. Akademiks, you put like the most, you got probably the biggest platform out of all this. You was the main media guy that this beef was not centered around, but you were the main media person in this beef. Akademiks is mentioned on 2 of these diss records between Drake and Kendrick. He's at the end of Push-Ups.
What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick?
Who's top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick? And then Kendrick name drops you.
Somebody's lying, I can see the vibes on Ak.
But you got the biggest platform and you were spinning narratives. So like, don't be like, well, why is TDE, why is PGLang approaching me? I don't get it, it ain't personal to me. When you was on a couple months ago, you was making like molestation jokes about Kendrick in a song that Kendrick made about his mom. And you're making like, so yeah, someone's gonna end up approaching you like, yo, are you just doing content or do you have an actual issue? Yeah, someone's gonna approach you like that when you're making jokes like this, or you're making, I don't even say joke, you're making statements like this. So anyways, and then I look at Dave Free like, bro, like y'all talking about people who are unrelated getting involved and how it's spilling over. You're mad because it's affecting you. Dave Free is name dropped in these records and it's probably affecting people close to him. But y'all is still performing the diss records. You on tour performing diss records that don't need to be performed. You're on the Grand National Tour, AKA the GNX Tour. None of the diss records are on the GNX album. You don't have to perform these, but y'all are continuing to egg it on too. What y'all think? Y'all got my opinion now, but again, I didn't want to do this because this is My opinion is just based on a speculative conversation that Akademiks said happened. We haven't even had confirmation from any other party that this conversation actually happened. So that's why I was just reporting it. But I know y'all like to hear my opinion. Now I want to hear yours. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yo, some of y'all not gonna be happy until either Kendrick or Drake gets killed and then the other one gets killed in retaliation. You know, I see tweets like this and I'm just like, yo, like, this is horrible. Anyway, top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.